Hey guys, it's Dragon Rockstar here, and I'm coming with an updated Lightsworn deck profile. Now, I've tweaked this deck so many times throughout the past couple of months. I am going to be making a new deck profile that abuses and uses the Thunder Dragon engine. I finally got my hands on it. It's been a bit. I finally dig through all my collection, found some of the cards, and I will be doing an updated version using these cards. So let me know down in the comments below uh, what you guys think and what you guys are wanting to see and everything. But for right now, this engine's going to the side. I'm trying something new. Welcome to my 50 card Lightsworn Turbo deck profile. I'm going with the side deck, main deck, and extra deck. Obviously, you know me. I went to YCS 200. It was really fun. Shout outs to a lot of players that were there. Shout outs to my friends from making that experience really fun. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go for the main deck, right? Obviously, I got my crazy Vegeta card. Took me a while to get my hands on that. So, sorry for the camera bups. You guys let me know down in the comments below what other decks do you guys want to see. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to do a Thunder Dragon deck profile with a twist. It's going to be a Lightsworn Thunder Dragon deck. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think and how you guys think it could play through or what things you guys want to see in that deck. Now, on my last video previously, I did do some mistakes. It was my test hand video. I'm sorry for that. I realized from a lot of playthroughs and what I did wrong and how I did wrong and things of that nature. So I apologize for that. So let's go ahead and get started, right? So let's go ahead and get started. For the boss monsters, or the Chaos boss monsters, I play 2 Chaos Creators and then 2 Chaos Dragon Luminaires. I finally got my hands on one of the gold boxes, and I got my hands on a Chaos Dragon Luminaire. I didn't really get much from the box, really. I traded the majority of the cards off already, but I figured I would love to keep this card no matter what. This card is just too gorgeous, I swear. Plus, I love the alternate art of it, and plus the feel of the cards and how they look. It's really, really beautiful. But 2 Chaos Creators and 2 Chaos Dragon Luminaires. Chaos Dragon Luminaire is just an extender. Personal opinion, I would take them off, take them out. Let me just go ahead and zoom in for you guys a little bit more. There you go. My personal opinion, I would take out one of the Chaos Dragon Luminaires and maybe try something different. I'm thinking of playing another Chaos Creator because Chaos Creator is something I feel would is a really powerful monster, and I don't really see it as much, so I feel like taking out one Luminaire for Chaos Creator. But other than that, they play pretty well as is, and I feel that these are the only boss monsters you really need in the deck, in my personal opinion. So that's it for them. For the baby monsters, give me a second here, guys. For the baby Chaos monsters, I play 1 Collapse Serpent, self-explanatory, 1 Wither Buster, 1 Chaos Valkyria, 2 DNs, the Light Spirit. I've tried out the dark version of Dion. There's another monster that's basically does the same thing as Dion but banishes darks. In this deck, I don't really play that many dark monsters, so I don't think that's very as powerful as most of you guys are suggesting to me. Those who suggested it, I actually have been testing it out. It doesn't really work out very well, but I will be trying to get my hands and see if I can do something with the Thunder Dragon deck profile. Chaos Valkyria, there's actually been times where I do want to see this a lot more often, so I might end up boosting this up to maybe 3. My personal opinion, I might try it 2 and then maybe see if 3 works, but I believe Chaos Valkyria is actually a really nifty card for certain things, but reality, I don't think you really need to play more than one, because I don't play the Valkyria, or what was it? Not Valkyria. Christia. I don't play that card. If I did, I'd probably boost this up to probably 3, so that way I can actually see it go through as often. But in my personal opinion, I think these are all the babies you really need. Ooh, sorry for bumping into the camera here. For the Lightsworns, play Triple Raiden, Triple Wolf, 1 Felice, and then 1 Lumina. These are pretty much all the Lightsworns I feel that you really need for the deck. I've been seeing a lot of people play 2 Luminas as well as the Twilight Sworn Lumina. In my personal opinion, I've tried it out and it doesn't really work as well as for me. And I've also seen people test out the Lightsworn Ryko. It works out pretty well too. I actually feel like I should test it out because it's good to out certain card effects and everything, but you do gotta waste a normal summon. But our personal opinion, in this deck, you don't really care about your normal summon as much, unless it's a Raiden. Other than that, you don't really care about it because you're mainly just gonna go off of banishing plays and mill plays. But I feel like trying out Lightsworn Ryko and see how that does. In my personal opinion, I think these are all the Lightsworns you do need. If you guys want to test out the Lightsworn Ryko, feel free. I'm going to test it out and see how well it works as well. So, yeah. This is really all the Lightsworn monsters you really need, in my personal opinion. Wolf is just a milk card. Raiden's just basically your starter. For my extenders, I play Dangers. I play 2 Mothman, 1 Nessie, 1 Snake, 1 Jackalope. Of course, those are all the one-offs you can play in the deck. Mothman is really good, in my personal opinion. It allows you to discard, so it helps out with more extending. Because you get you more monsters in the graveyard, so you can go off your chaos plays. But it's still pretty good, in my personal opinion. I think this is a really good extender for this deck. It allows you just to help you combo off. All these basically help you out. This one just allows you to get more extra stuff if you need it. And it also allows you to get rid of some problematic cards like that Dead Wolf or Felice. Send them to the graveyard and draw a card, and maybe that draw card can actually be a boost. It just all depends. Obviously, the 1 Trick Clown, self-explanatory. I feel like playing the Damage Juggler engine again, as well as the Hat Trickers, and see how well those played off. I've seen it in previous deck profiles. I might test it out. I might make this deck a 60 card Lightsworn something. It just all depends on the cards and the elements I can get my hands on, and all the stuff I can get my hands on. My personal opinion, Trick Clown's pretty good. It's just another extender. Then for the way to actually extend, I play double Photon Thrashers. Now, it is a brick in your hand if you already have monsters on your side of the board, or you already extended off pretty well. Photon Thrashers just there, just in case. Say if you get you don't want to waste your normal summon and you have a bunch of banished monsters in your hand and you just want to free special summon, you could special summon Photon Thrasher, special summon one of your chaos monsters, overlay them too, so that way you don't waste your normal summon until you get your hands on a normal summon that you want to waste it on. Photon Thrasher is just another way for me to extend out and help me get more bodies on board to help me combo off a lot more. That's the only reason why. Sometimes when you draw it, it becomes a dead card. If you already have monsters on the board, self-explanatory. You can just use it as discard fodder, get you off of more combos. In this deck, discarding is somewhat really important. Also, it just helps you get your danger draw abilities to go through, things of that nature. I feel that Photon Thrasher is just another nifty card. If I had it at one point, I might end up just taking out one just to try another card. But I feel like keeping one in my personal opinion. It's just another way to extend. Plus, you play Reinforced with the army, so it just helps you combo off a lot more. Obviously, I play the 1 Star Lich Set for its Dragon. I'm never going to take this out, even if I'm playing 1 Chaos Dragon Levianeer, because it's just another way, in just case if I mill my Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and I mill this, it's just a way for me to recycle Chaos Dragon Levianeer throughout the mid-game and such. So, in my personal opinion, 1's always what you really need. Even if you play even if I play 3 Chaos Dragon Levianeers, I probably only play this at 2 or 1, but it's still another good way to help you extend off and stuff. I play double militias and then double Place Spreader Zombies. Now these is self-explanatory. Place Spreader Zombie, in my previous videos, I only play 1 of. Now I play 2 of due to the fact it's just another way to extend off. And I finally got my hands on a second copy. So, thank goodness. And it's just another way for me to help combo off. And this and Malicious it's perfect because you can go into Boiler Savage or the Chaos Roller. And it's another way to get to a level 8 Synchro Monster, or it's another way for Kriston to make sure he has his effect to go through. So it's just self-explanatory in my personal opinion. I only play 1 hand trap in the deck. Previously, I've side decked this a lot more rather than main deck it. But now I found a way where I can main deck it and it won't cause no problems. Even if I mill it, it still goes through. For some other combo effects and combo pieces, I play the Gamma package. So I play triple Gamma, and then obviously the 1 dead card you never really want to see in your hand. Let me raise that up. Obviously, this is self-explanatory. I've seen a lot of decks play it. It's self-explanatory in my personal opinion. Ooh. I feel that driver is really good because I can just when I mill it, it's another light in the graveyard. Same with the gammas. So say if I have one gamma in my hand and my opponent goes off with all the combos, you got to make sure you hit them at the right moment. Once you do, boom. Gamma is just a good, amazing hand trapped. If it was either this or Effect Veller, but I felt that Gamma is more necessary because it negates the activation and destroys the card, I believe. So it's another way to get rid of those problematic cards, and I actually really, in my personal opinion, liked it. And it's also another monster where I can go off of Chaos Space, just in case if I didn't use any of the babies or my boss monsters, I can use Chaos Space to put this back in my deck and just get a free draw. So it's just another way to extend, in my personal opinion. Then for my last monsters, I play the Phantomite monsters. I play 1 Boots and 1 Cloak. These is basically because I play the Rusty. That's the only reason why. In my personal opinion, you only really need 1 Phantomite monster, but I like to play 2 just in case. Just in case I mill one. But in my personal opinion, I feel like taking out Cloak and maybe keep Boots, because Boots is just another way for me to extend and combo off. But in my personal opinion, I think both of them need to stay in, because it's just in case if you mill one, you have the other one just to go off with your place. So yeah. For the spells, there's nothing has been really changed about the spells and traps. I believe from my previous deck profile or previous deck list, I play Triple Charger Light Brigade. Self-explanatory. It's just Lightsworns. Double Solar Recharge. I stopped playing 3 due to the fact I've came to points where I have one in my hand and never a Lightsworn monster to discard with. So I think 2 Solar Recharges is just perfect for the draw power of this deck. And plus you play the Danger, so it's just another way to extend off. So that's it for those Lightsworn spell cards. For the other spell cards, I play Triple Chaos Space. Self-explanatory. This card just makes this deck really broken. I play the 1 Rhoda and the 1 Foolish. These are self-explanatory. Plus, you can use Photon Thrasher, like I said previously. Reinforcements of the Army is just a good way to help you get Photon Thrasher to your hand faster, so you can just extend off. And Foolish Burial is just Foolish Burial. It just gets you whatever you need to your graveyard faster. For the Phantomite trap cards, play 2 Fogblade and then 1. I forgot what it was. Rusty or no? Shade Brigade, I think that's what it's called. I play only 1 of that. I've seen people play 3 of this or 2 of this. This is really good because it's just another trap card to extend off. Plus, back in the day, that would have been really broken because you could use Fairy Tale Snow when that card was alive, and they would have been busted even more. But in my personal opinion, I think these are all what you really need. You only need 1 because you can use Cloak or Boots to search this out with Rusty as well. So this is just, you only ever need 1. And then Fog Blades is just 2. I've seen people play 3. I think 2 is really all you really need because Rusty is just another way to get both Fog Blades onto the board. Plus you have Boots and Cloak. Just in case you can't get Rusty that one turn, you can use Boots or Cloak to search a Fog Blade, so you have Fog Blade for the following turn. So, yeah. And then the 1 Imperial Order, self-explanatory. I will not be taking this out. If Nightmare Griffin stays out there, I will never take out Imperial Order. I think it's just really broken and really necessary for the game to help you against a lot of back row hate decks and help you against a lot of other decks too. So I think Imperial Order is just self-explanatory. This is also really good against Forbidden Droplet too, so this is just really good against that. And when your opponent drops Forbidden Droplet and you have this set on your board, you can just activate this and your opponent can't really do much about that. Let me know if I got that correct in the comments below. Let's go for my I'm gonna go for the extra deck. So for the extra deck, obviously I got my Pikachu token. You guys know me on that. For my Xyz, I play the 1 number 68. I don't know how to say it. I think it's called Shabapon, the Sky Person. Just number 68, the Sky Person. It's a really good XE. In my personal opinion, I think it's another good XE against this format. And plus, it's another level 8 monster I can get out. Because usually I'll end out with Imperial Order. And just when I'm back in the day when I was playing number 38. Number 38 was kind of dead at certain points because I had Imperial Order. So Imperial Order was just another thing that I just want to use more often. So I felt that I needed to look up a couple more level 8, or I mean rank 8's Xyz Monsters that I can go into a lot, and number 68 was what I found. Those of you who probably don't really know what it does, I'll kind of get it to focus. It gains 100 attack and defense for each monster in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can detach one exquisite hero from this card until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, neither player can special summon from monsters from the graveyards. So against a lot of certain decks, this is really powerful against them. Mainly like mainly like against Dramatica, I think that Invoke, because Invoke can Orcus. I think there's a few other decks I'm not thinking of. I don't think Invoke summons from the graveyard that often, unless they play a different variant of Invoke. I know a lot of decks play from the graveyard, and special summon from the graveyard, so number 68, in my personal opinion, is what I thought would be really, really powerful against them. For my rank 4s, I play one Minerva and one Abyss Dweller. Like I said, Abyss Dweller is just in case if I can't go into number 68, I have a Abyss Dweller, or if I can go into either one of them, that'd be probably one of them too. Number 68 is just broken, as well as Abyss Dweller. And Minerva is self-explanatory because I play a Lightsworn deck. Sorry for any background noises. I'm right now trying to do this video pretty well. Trying to do this video at this certain time of the day. But Minerva and Abyss Dweller are self-explanatory. So they're basically the best level 4s for this type of deck. For my synchros, I play the one Mono Marcher, one Herald of the Arclight. Now, Herald of Arclight isn't, I don't really go into as often, but when I do, it's game changer depending on the matchups. I usually tend to link away Herald of the Arclight and tend to go for the Chaos Creator to bring it back. Overlay both whatever level 8s I have there, or link away all the cards that's problematic. And it just gives me more combo ways. Plus, when your opponent tries to go for a hand trap after you do all your combos, and you end it off with Herald and a few lights on the other side of the board, and they try to hand trap you before you can go into your actual combo pieces, Herald just basically says, I win. Usually your opponent doesn't see it coming. So, in my personal opinion, I think Herald's really good, but I usually tend to link it away and try to go off with more and more combos so I can get more of an established board. So I think these two synchros are the low synchros that I play, and I think they work pretty well. I play one Savage, and then the one Chaos Ruler. These are both for self-explanatory, both level 8 Synchro Monsters. I can go into it with a lot of cards in my deck. I feel that these are really powerful as is, so there's nothing really to need to explain about them. Obviously, I still play the Crystalline Hyperfiber X combo, Link Cross, as well as Hyperfiber X. Self-explanatory. My personal opinion, this needs to be banned. This is okay. Like, this is okay for this format. This is okay, period. Like, I don't see much wrong with this, but ever since this came out, it made this more of a problematic card. So I think this should be banned. This needs to go. This has to go. So, yeah. One IP Masquerena, as well as one Barricade Board Blocker. Both self-explanatory. Both really needed in this format. Well, mainly needed for this deck, because IP Masquerena, you could summon it and you could just go off more shenanigans, and it's just another broken Link monster in this deck. Barricade Board Blocker is just there because of the arrows. I couldn't find another Link too that can actually provide those arrows, where I don't have to use any of its effects. I have to fill that Barricade Board Blocker. I usually just summon it into this zone. That way I can summon out Nightmare Griffin in this zone and just go off with more combos. So, like, say if I have this here and then I summon Nightmare Griffin, it just gives me another draw and another way to pull off Nightmare Griffin's draw effect, so I can just extend even more. So that's the only reason why Barricade Board Blocker is in here. Obviously, the one Rusty, one Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion, self-explanatory, both really good monsters. I tend to go into both of them often, depending on my hands and depending on what I'm going against, and depending on how I got hand trapped, of course. So these are just self-explanatory. And then for my Link 4s, one Nightmare Griffin, one Mechanic Acromax. These are self-explanatory. I don't think they need any other explanation. That's just self-explanatory. Mainly, they are really powerful in this format. I've heard a few people ask me questions, how does a Nightmare Griffin work? Nightmare Griffin basically says if there's a monster linked It doesn't matter how. It could be any type of monster. So, like, for instance, like, if Savage is here and number 68 is here, all surrounding it, as well as Mechanite Crusader Aircomax right here. I don't know if you guys can see it there. There you go. If these, since these are all linked by him, or linked period, so even if it wasn't him, and this was right here, and he was down here, it doesn't matter. They will still get their effects. Longer if they're linked to a monster. Like if I have Nightmare Griffin up here, it doesn't really matter. I can do it like this way. Longer if they are linked to a monster. It doesn't have to be co-linked. Longer if they're linked to a monster, they still get its effects. So I've heard a lot of people ask those type of questions, and I figured I'll let those people know in this video right now. So that's it for the extract. For the side deck, obviously, you know, I have my Raichu tokens. For my side deck, I played Triple Draw. Now, this is not a light or dark type monster, but it's still really powerful in this format, and it's very useful against, like, if you ever go to a near match, somewhat of a near match, person that plays the Chaos Engine, this is a really good card to hit them. Madolches, Draganaga, or however you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I mispronounce that. That deck, Invoke, you go against him. Mechanite Invoke, Orcus, any source of deck, this will hurt a lot of decks out there in this format. So I felt necessary to play this at 3. I play triple Artifact Lancia. This is really also powerful in this format as well. Artifact Lancia is basically another thing that hinders against a lot of decks and hurts a lot of decks. Especially if you play this against my deck, I get hurt too, as well as draw too. They are extremely important for going against a lot of different decks. So, yeah. And then, obviously, Nibiru, mainly against those heavy combo decks, especially this type of deck. This is a really good card, but usually if you hit me with this, if you don't hit me in the right time, I will actually still keep combo off. That's the thing about this deck, is that if you hit it at the wrong time, it can still combo off, and you just gave me a token that I can use to my extent. So I felt free to side deck this as well. It's also a light, same with Artifact Lancia. You can banish them from the graveyard to help you go off of more combos. So yeah, Nibiru is just a broken card and needs to be used in this type of format. So yeah. Then I played triple Dark Ruler No More for my spells. In my personal opinion, I felt needing to main deck this more than side deck it. But for right now, I felt side decking it was really needed. Due to the fact it's a broken card against a lot of certain decks, and it helps you break your opponent's board even quicker. Even though you can't attack them and kill them for game, but you can establish your board and prevent them from even extending next game. And yeah, it's another good card in this format. If I had Forbidden Droplets, I'd be playing those in this deck, or High Tactics Talent. If I had either of those, I would be playing it in this deck. No doubt in my mind. They are really powerful spell cards, but I might end up side decking them more than main decking them. It just all depends on how I can create the deck to work and function correctly with those cards. But in my personal opinion, I think Dark Ruler No More is just another budget version of those cards, and it's another card that just helps you win against a lot of certain decks. So I felt that Dark Ruler No More is really needed. And then for my last spell cards of the deck, or last side deck materials, I play 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Back in the day, I was playing triple Cosmic Cyclones, but I felt free that Cosmic Cyclone wasn't really as powerful as it is. Plus, I just needed more room into my side deck so I could play triple draw instead of back in the day I was playing 2. But 3 is really good. Cosmic Cyclone is just another way to get rid of those one-of spell and traps that your opponent usually plays. And Harpy's Feather Duster is just self-explanatory. It's good against all the format. It's good against everything, and it's really broken, so yeah. So, in my personal opinion, I think this deck can really do a lot. Especially in this type of format. Especially against a lot of different types of decks. This deck is just really broken and really powerful and can do a lot. It just all depends on what you're doing and how you're going against and what you're going against and what cards are, overdoing and how you can combo off against those certain decks. So, my personal opinion, this is a really good deck. It's another good deck for you to pick up and try out again. Like I said, I will be trying to make a Thunder Dragon version of this deck, so please stay tuned for that. It's going to take me a bit to figure out how to do that. If you guys have any ideas or any suggestions of how many certain cards I should play of the Thunder Dragon engines, please hit me down in my comments below. I will try to test it all out. And if you guys have any suggestions, do you guys want to see a 60 card version of this deck? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll be more willing to try that out as well. And also, if you want to see, try to see me make a 40 card version of this deck, it's going to take me a longer time, but I can try that out as well. I'm also sorry for missing the past 2 weeks. I've been really busy with work and with other things and personal things that I had to handle. I wasn't able to upload videos for the past two to 3 weeks. Sorry for that, guys. Let me know in the comments below what other decks you guys would love to see. I am finishing up a Mekk-Knight deck profile. I'm working on trying to get that deck out there as well. I'm missing obviously the normal summon Mekk-Knight monster that you can play off. I haven't got my hands on that lately. I am working on a Fluffle deck profile, so let me know down in the comments below if you guys really want to see that and everything about that deck. I am also working on a Prank Kid deck profile, but my version, but I haven't got all the cards yet just to make the deck. So just give me a decent amount of time. I can actually get that deck out for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys really like that deck, and a lot of you guys want to see that deck actually pull through. So I tried to make my version of the deck and see what you guys think. I'm also working on a few other decks as well. You guys just let me know down in the comments below what decks you guys want to see. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and like I said, let me know down in the comments below what other decks you guys want to see, and let me know down in the comments below what other Thunder Dragon, how can what pieces of the Thunder Dragon engine do you want to see used and stuff like that. And let me know down in the comments below. Give me a list or suggestions of how many of each Thunder Dragon card I should play. Also, let me know down in the comments below if you guys want to see a 60 card version of this deck. And I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Sorry for talking for a bit. It has been a bit. Just let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for any more amazing content. Hope you guys do enjoy this. Like always, Dragon Rockstar is signing out. Peace.